Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming today with a very short message, and I'm going to open up my site to questions and answers. Okay, so if you have any questions or you want Sister Deborah to cover a certain topic, or you want her to expound on certain things or clear up something that maybe I said or even you might have questions regarding, I'm going to open up my line for questions and answers. Okay. Um, I will cover something. I want to say something though. This word characteristics. The word characteristics is a feature or quality belonging typical typically to a person, place, or thing, and serving to identify it. Let's say that again. Characteristics, a feature or quality belonging typically to a person, place, or thing, and serving to identify it. I want to use that word because in this message, because I'm trying to piece together something that I probably most likely shouldn't even try to go into this area because it's such it is such a message really that holds a lot of mystery but power behind it. I can kind of feel it, I can kind of discern it, but out there, if you have any questions or any answers toward this topic that I'm about to speak on, or any topic, or you want me to expound on something that I said, or you would like to know, or someone else has said, and you want to hear what I have to say, and you have questions, okay, and you can have answers too. So I'm going to open up this line. I was just sitting here and I was thinking about characteristics, and I was wondering how the Most High Yah identifies uh, this uh, characteristics of a female, okay, and all of these different characteristics of a female as something dear to him and who he is. You know what I'm saying? Is very powerful, and the reason why I say that is because this here book here goes back thousands of years, and it speaks of a lot of characteristics that identify a female, okay, but not a female. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. A female, but not a female, almost like something that's in him, something that is a part of him, you know, but has not been emphasized, or people haven't really did they search, or it's a mystery. And what I mean by that is uh, when I see the Most High speaks of a woman in travail, always using issues that's going to come up on or have in the days in the days past of a travail as if a woman in labor. You know what I'm saying? He uses that a great deal in this biblical Bible, especially sorrow and issues. Then, and we know who have labor. We know men do not have labor pains. You know what I'm saying? They don't go into labor. They don't birth a child. And he used travail and labor as if he using it as an example of a woman. You know, when she's in travail or she's in labor, and it's powerful him continuing to use that in the beginning to the end of this book. Then he uses the word Mother Earth. Mother Earth is not something that Adam came up with. even though Adam felt that she was the mother of all living things. But just the idea of Mother Earth being category as um, the earth, and I look at it the ground. You see what I'm saying? We walk on the earth. And then it says how hell has enlarging herself. We still looking at the ground. But why is it identified as a characteristic of a female, like mother and herself? You see? Another thing, when he know that he has chosen a people, but he called a people in which he has basically category. If you let men tell it, that's why I says it's something about what we're reading that we're not getting, because he characterized it as a female entity, but yet based on what man says in this book, not the Most High Yah, but what man says in this book, is just constantly applying to him as a male. You get what I'm saying? And that's not too clear. It's a lot of mystery in that. It's a lot of power in that, because I think in the days to come, many things is going to be revealed to a people who really think that they're going to behold a Babylon coming down, and they're going to escape it like being here and being somewhere else in the blink of an eye. And and they're going to escape the things in which they did not stand up for justice and righteous regarding righteous and justice. And what I mean by that, being content with what is unjust, being content with what is unrighteous, not caring if brother killed brother, not caring if brother killed wife or mother or father or daughter or son, not caring about anything and just assuming that they are everything. It's just very powerful. And then take the weakest of the female characteristics as to be the worst of the worst. Okay, and just so much stuff that they put on the female as to be nothing, and they are all that and some. So I'm trying to find more clarity in trying to piece this here mystery together. And I know it might be me getting in trouble with the Most High Yah, because he already done told me what's what, but I'm just trying to make sense of it so that others can make sense of it. I mean, I'm trying to make sense of it to others, even though I have received it. I'm not expecting them to receive it. I'm trying to make it make sense so they can understand it, or they can pull it up and learn. I don't know if I'm making my point, but let me finish it. Characteristic is a feature of quality belonging to a person, place, or thing, and serving to identify it. Why is the Most High Yah calling everything a female entity, a female characteristics? Why? And it's something in that. And I think it's very powerful. And I know for a fact it's something that people are really missing, because he always identified a chosen set of people, a elect set of people, as wife, woman, bride, she, her, travail, in labor pains, daughter, mother earth, and enlarging herself, hell, enlarging herself, and many others that fits under the characteristic of a female entity. Why did a Most High, our Father in heavens, the Creator, what was the purpose from the beginning to the end to characterize this these how would I say these identities to be a female identity, but yet they are in his bosom so close and so dear? Do you all understand? Because even Mother Earth, don't forget, we were formed from the dust of the earth, which is the dirt, but yet it's called Mother Earth. And hell has enlarged herself. We know that that's still yet the earth. Okay, so what is it with mother and herself? Mother Earth, and hell has enlarging herself. You see, what's the thing with wife? He's calling himself a husband, and he calling her a wife. He's not saying as a female entity, but he calling his love that's dear to his heart. He calling this entity, this love that's dear to his heart, that's going to come back to his bosom, and it's going to be happy ever after, a marriage, the whole deal. He calling the entity a wife. He calling it a woman. He calling it a bride. He calling it a daughter. He calling it a she. He calling it a her throughout the whole Bible. What is it that our men are not getting about this female entity that the Most High Yah has brought so near to him and has prophesied, has spoken out of his mouth regarding this femaleish entity that he has category, his love, his beloved. Who I mean, his it's just you have to understand somewhere the mystery in that. To take a female entity and category everything that represents himself and his plan and his destiny of how it even gonna sum up. You know, he category is he's the husband, but the wife is a people that he has chosen to be his wife. Okay, he calls them woman. Okay, he calls them his bride. He calls them his daughter. Okay, he calls him she. He calls him her. So what is it that is actually taking place? That this characteristic plays a heavy, heavy spiritual role in the bosom of the Most High Yah. I just want to throw that out there to give the men something to think about and to consider. And when they're categorizing women, all kind of things out of order. The Most High has no book. In the beginning of Genesis to the Revelation, you don't hear of the way men are categorizing women today. You don't hear that in the biblical, but even though their actions speak similar to the same because of what they took woman when she was supposed to make them one full flesh, they took her separate and took over in the wrong way. And I think for that reason, the Most High has allowed it to continue to where it's at today. And it's okay with him because he is already plucked out. He said it in Genesis 3. He told you her seed shall bruise the seed of the serpent. That means his seed of her that's coming from her. And it's not a female entity, but it's a characteristic in which he chose to call his, you know. So this is what he names his beloved, in a sense, his love. You know, he considered it a woman. You know what I'm saying? He considered it, even giving it as a woman with a seed, and we know she don't have a seed. Okay, so but he was willing to put his love under the standards of a woman seed. Now, are we talking like female woman? No, we're talking about his righteous that rest in him, which are sent down here as a seed to represent him. He called that a woman. So that's like deep to me for us as people, especially the tribe of Judah, to not know really what is going on here. See, they don't want to tackle those type of topics because it will reveal something to them very powerful to where they wouldn't be able to, I believe, handle. So right now, I believe they are going to unfold, and to really tackle that topic would cause them to totally be lost, because then it'd cause everything that they have ever taught and the way that they understood things to be a lie. So if you have any questions and you have something you would like to ask Sister Deborah, you go right ahead. put it to me, and I will try my best through the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, to come back and answer that question for you. But I will not come to you in flesh. I can only come to you in spirit. So I, Sister Deborah, will say shalom and shalom.